Now we are going to see atomic physics for third BSc physics students. Unit 1, Band theory of solids. The free electron theory of metals, expressions for electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, Weirman-Franz law, Hall effect, magnetoresistance, determination of electronic charge, Millikan's oil drop method, electron microscope, band theory of solids and its classification. Here in this class we are going to see free electron theory of metals. The free electron theory of conductor was proposed by P. Drude in 1900. This theory is based upon the proposition that a conductor consists of very large number of free electrons which can move freely throughout the body of conductor. Due to large number of atoms joined to form conductor, the boundaries of the neighboring atoms slightly overlap on each other. That results into valence electrons finding a continuity from atom to atom and move easily throughout the body of conductor. Such electrons account for many bulk properties like electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity. The electron theory of solids aims to explain the structures and properties of solids through their electronic structure. The electron theory of solids has been developed in three main stages. Let us see that three main stages. One is classical free electron theory. Drude and Lorentz developed this theory in 1900. According to this theory, the metals containing free electrons obey the law of classical mechanics. The second one is quantum free electron theory. Sommerfeld developed this theory during 1928. According to this theory, the free electrons obey quantum laws. The third one is zone theory. Bloch stated this theory in 1928. According to this theory, the free electrons move in a periodic field provided by the lattice. This theory is also called band theory of solids. So these are the three stages of free electron theory: classical, quantum and zone. Now let us see the postulates, or we can say it as assumptions of classical free electron theory. There are 7 points we are going to see in classical free electron theory postulates. First one is, in an atom, electrons revolve around the nucleus and a metal is composed of such atoms. Second point, the valence electrons of atoms are free to move about the whole volume of the metals like the molecules of a perfect gas in a container. The collection of valence electrons from all the atoms in a given piece of metal forms electron gas. It is free to move throughout the volume of the metal. These free electrons move in random directions and collide with either positive ions fixed to the lattice or other free electrons. All the collisions are elastic, that is, there is no loss of energy. The movements of free electrons obey the laws of the classical kinetic theory of gases. The electron velocities in a metal obey the classical Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution of velocities. The electrons move in a completely uniform potential field due to ions fixed in the lattice. When an electric field is applied to the metal, the free electrons are accelerated in the direction opposite to the direction of applied electric field. The next one is success of classical free electron theory. First we have seen what is free electron theory. The next one we have seen postulates or assumption of free electron theory. The next topic we are going to see is success of classical free electron theory. There are 4 main success or advantages of classical free electron theory. It verifies Ohm's law. It explains the electrical and thermal conductivity of metals. It derives Weirman-Franz law. It explains optical properties of metals. And next one we are going to see the drawbacks of classical free electron theory. The main important drawback is the phenomenon such as photoelectric effect, Compton effect and the black body radiation couldn't be explained by classical free electron theory. According to the classical free electron theory, the value of specific heat of metals is given by 4.5 is the universal gas constant, whereas the experimental value is nearly equal to 3. So also according to this theory, the value of electronic specific heat is equal to 3 by 2 RU, while the actual value is about 0.01 only. Electrical conductivity of semiconductor or insulators couldn't be explained using this model. Though K by sigma T is a constant, according to the classical free electron theory, it is not a constant at low temperature. Ferromagnetism couldn't be explained by this theory. The theoretical value of paramagnetic susceptibility is greater than the experimental value. So these are the drawbacks of free electron theory. So in this class we have seen just what is free electron theory of metals. So this free electron theory of metals, Drude proposed that theory, and what is meant by free electron, that we have studied here. And after that, the three important stages: classical, quantum and zone. In classical free electron theory, postulates for assumptions, we have seen 7 points here. And after that, success of classical free electron theory, 4 points. And then drawbacks of classical free electron theory, 5 points. So in this class we have seen postulates of classical free electron theory, success of classical free electron theory, and drawbacks of classical free electron theory. Thank you.